Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. So today we have a topic that is near and dear to my heart. That is the ever-changing landscape that is video games. Are you too old to play video games? And is the Quest 3 made for little kids? Now I have lots of strong emotions on this topic as an aging gamer, but I think everything I'll discuss today will relate to you no matter what your age is. Now there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Stride Fates. Not only is this title releasing next week on November 9th, but Joyway's also giving away a Quest 3. Pre-orders will get a 10% discount off of that $30 price tag, plus some unique cosmetics. So if you're ready to start jumping from rooftop to rooftop and dispatching plenty of enemies along the way, go use the link down in the description, and this is also your last chance to try out the closed beta before this game officially launches. But if you are waiting on some gameplay footage, don't worry, I'll have that also in the near future. Now a small little disclaimer for this video guys, I am still pretty under the weather, and you might be thinking, well, why are you working when you're sick? I genuinely enjoy making these videos. It's like one of the highlights of my day. I love that I've made YouTube my career, so I'm very committed to this. Basically, this is the only thing I've done all week. Drugged myself up, sucked down a bit of tea, make the video, and move forward. So I hope you guys appreciate that, but I'm only mentioning it because my voice is probably going to go in and out a little bit throughout this. But let's move forward, starting with our first topic. When are you too old to be a gamer?
I'm too old for this shit.
And the simple answer is never. You are absolutely never too old for a hobby you enjoy. Listen, things change over time. You'll have less free time, maybe less energy, your skill set will change, and even your gaming preferences will change over time. But that doesn't mean you're too old. So let's put that aside. If you enjoy it, I don't care what age you are, I don't care what demographic, keep gaming. There's this true gamer BS stigma out there like, listen, if you don't have a 9-to-1 kill death ratio and play Call of Duty all the time, you're not a true gamer. This is the biggest bunch of bull ever. And I know you might be Gen Z looking at me going, yeah, okay, boomer. All right, go play your Farmville and call that a real game. Listen, I was a teenager once too. I did feel like that at one point in time. Like I kind of scoffed at more kid-friendly games. But you gotta understand, you play what you like, and what you like doesn't matter to anyone else. So let's put that crap aside too. There's no true gamer. There's only having a good time with a hobby you enjoy. I'm gonna hold my tea up because it makes me look a bit more studious and geriatric as I talk to the younger generation. Listen, you may feel a certain way now, but things definitely change over time. When you get older, you'll have less energy, a lot less free time, 100 things to worry about every single day. Life is not, all free and dandy when you get older. And the last thing you want at the end of a hard day of work is to jump onto a competitive game, get schooled by a bunch of squeakers who tell you how they're going to bang your mom. My mom's almost 80. That's gross. I don't want to hear that. Okay? It's the last thing I want, guys. So we kind of, just want to relax a little bit more, be a little bit more casual as we get older. I still enjoy my competition, but definitely not as much as I used to. Now, the difference between young gamers and old gamers, and also how things change over time, is actually our next topic. When you are young, you usually don't have a lot of money, but you do have a lot of free time. So basically, you'll stick to one game and most likely get good at it because you've spent so many hours in it. But an older gamer who is not, generally looking for that much competition, doesn't have that much time to be as competitive, but also has a lot of more money available to them, they're more likely to switch between platforms and switch between games. So, like I said, we are the perfect candidate to be a casual gamer. And that's kind of what I'm in now. I have every platform out there, and I basically, jump on the games that suit me the most. Like I'm playing Spider-Man now, Baldur's Gate, Dungeons of Eternity. You see, there's not a lot of, extreme competition in any of these games. But I'm platform jumping and, going through a lot of different titles because I can. And generally the young generation doesn't have the money to do that. Now I'm definitely generalizing here as there's plenty of older gamers who stick to one game, who are still extremely competitive and who have not lost their Twitch skills. But like I said, generalizing, this is the trend that tends to happen over time. Now, another aspect of this is that older people just seem cringy and completely out of touch, but this works both ways. I cannot understand it, but kids are so annoying when you get older. I remember being a teenager like, why does every adult have an issue with me? And now as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot stand this single teenager, and they didn't do anything wrong. So when I was a teenager, I was right. I didn't do anything wrong, but it's a weird combination of things. Like we see teenagers and they're carefree, tons of energy, free time. Maybe there's a bit of resentment there. Maybe there's a bit of, we wish we could go back in time. But at the same time, we also know that we know so much more than they do, and they refuse to believe it. This sounds like such an old man thing, but it's true. And it's why we look out of touch. It's why we say annoying things. And just understand, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like innate. It's like the same way you look at a puppy and you're like, a puppy's cute. I look at a teenager and I'm like, they are annoying. God, I'm going to get so much hate for this video. Now, for a man in his 40s, I consider myself decently in touch with the younger generation to a degree. At the same point, though, some people can't change, and there's a couple common factors that we see in basically everyone. Like, your favorite music is the music you listened to when you were a teenager, and that just happens. And it's like, oh, you know, all these adults like oldies. It just happens. You know, we form some type of emotional bond with the music during our teenage years, and that becomes our favorite music for life. And then when you listen to music in the current generation, a lot of it just sounds like noise, and more hate for me. Every Taylor Swift song basically sounds the same to me. No, I'm not a Swiftie. I know the Swifties gonna come, you know, armed to take me out after this one. Just like my initial reactions for Mixed Reality, I was like, meh, I don't really get why people enjoy this. Now, this is where you need to stop and really think. This is where you make yourself look out of touch. If someone's enjoying something, even if you have foresight that it's not going to last and it's really not the future, whatever the case may be, just let them enjoy it. You know, don't crap on what they're having fun with. And when you do that, yeah, that makes you really look out of touch. And I'm probably guilty of that here because I started Mixed Reality earlier than the majority of viewers. I've already kind of come to terms with, there's no long-term fun here. There may be for some people. I personally don't believe that. And I felt like, geez, guys, catch up. I see the future already. There's no long-term fun here. This software really needs to develop. We're just at the gimmick stage. Catch up, everybody. But I'm telling that to you while you're in the honeymoon phase or the this is fun. You know, I really enjoy this phase. And yeah, it makes me look out of touch. And that's an aspect of, you know, wisdom, I guess. Wisdom can sometimes make you look out of touch. But let's make our way to the main topic, and that's, is the Quest 3 just for little kids? Now, this in itself is a stupid question. The Quest 3 is just a hardware platform, and just about all of the software is made by a collection of third-party software developers. So they're making what they feel is right. Sometimes it's good for kids, sometimes it's not. So to say the Quest 3 is just for kids is a really stupid statement. Now, I'm sure a lot of these studios do take demographics into account, but at the same time, a lot of their software is multi-platform. So I doubt they're reshaping their IPs to be more kid-friendly. I can say, though, that Meta definitely wants to target a younger generation. They recently lowered their age cap down to 10 from 13. And Facebook is your parents' social media platform. They need to get past that. They need to suck in a younger generation. And then you get, you know, brand recognition and brand loyalty. If you grew up playing on a Meta device, it's more likely that you'll stick to it, you know, through your teen years until you get older. So yes, they definitely want to get some younger people in there. But at the same time, they're not controlling all the software that comes out on their platform. And they're also actively seeking where you could sit back, add some extra monitors to your computer and work with the headset on, or you could even use it for entertainment and just watch things like Netflix. So they want to expand it to be a device for everyone, even though, yes, they do want to rope the younger generation in. Additionally, the lower end hardware specs lend themselves better to more kid-friendly, cartoonish style games. But at the same time, VR is all about escapism. So it can go from anything from a super kid-friendly control of a character like Quill in Moss, where, you know, you have a mouse protagonist, all the way to jumping into the zombie apocalypse with tons of blood and guts that kids should not be viewing. So VR is definitely for all ages, even if we've seen a lot of younger themed video games and targeting from Meta recently. But put that aside, VR's for everyone. Yes, I know there are plenty of VR games you will jump into and they are just full of kids, but that's just how it goes, guys. I mean, you jump in any free-to-play flat screen game, you're going to see a ton of kids. Kids have the free time. They're on more often. You're going to see them fill up the lobbies, and we just have to deal with it. It's just one of those things. I sometimes hear, oh, separated. I want an old person lobby and a young. Screw that. Come on, grow up. You know, don't be so old. Don't be a boomer. Enjoy your video games. That comes with the territory. Remember, you were on that opposite side at one point. You were the younger kid playing. I remember playing EverQuest 1,000 years ago. It was like 30 years ago with my buddies. And someone on the other side said, hold on one second. You didn't have voice chat then. They typed it. Hold on one second. I have to put my kid down. And I remember me and all my friends laughing like, oh my God, this guy has a kid and he's playing EverQuest. That's how life goes. Now, this video was partially inspired by the extremely mixed response I saw to Ghostbusters VR, Rise of the Ghost Lord. It's Gen Z Ghostbusters, which really pissed off some people. They wanted the 1980s gritty New York City Ghostbusters. I never expected we were getting that. I think what we got is actually pretty cool. I'm concerned about longevity. The game becomes a grind a little bit too fast. But I thought it was really cool. It didn't, maybe go, oh, this is the woke Ghostbusters. I hate this crap. Again, I've said enough stuff in this video for everyone to hate me, but that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about getting old and video games, and just know video games are for everyone. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. If you appreciate me, talking in this mumbly sick voice, give me a double thumbs up. I'd love to hear your feedback down below. And I'll see you guys on next time.